Outflank with the Goring on the Minx. Doesn't do too much, about 40%. Tolkien comes back with the Tornado on Malflame, but it survives with 3.2%. And Thunderstrike coming to the Tolkien. Is it enough? And the Tolkien, that is a dead bird. That is a dead bird.
Tolkien got off.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Timbo, and you know the vibes. I just woke up, so I give y'all a little morning vocals for me. But guess what? We finally have our BBC Pause Broke Bitches Cup tournament. Me and my boy always been planning this for months, and we finally got the event pumping. And what you guys are going to tune into is the elimination round. We got a bunch of competitors, a bunch of tamers, and just crazy battles for you guys. So if you're new to the YouTube channel, comment, like, subscribe, all that. Check out our Twitches, streams. Check out the Twitch stream every day, daily, and join the Discord, be a part of the family. Without further ado, enjoy the tournament elimination round.
Yeah, sheesh. So, what I need you to do, brother. Are you ready for this?
What's up, my guy?
I'm gonna need you to name off the matchups real quick for the one time. Who we got for game 1, 2,
Okay, guys.
3, and 4.
So the way I did the registration is when somebody came in, I put them on the list. I filled out the number 1 slot, the number 3 slot, the number 5 slot, and the number 7 slot first. And then I went back and I filled up the matches. So this is completely random. We have RV versus Kraken in game 1. We have Smokeyburger versus Marshall Lee in game 2. We have Redmoon versus Rosario AFK in game 3. And the final match of the elimination round of the Broke Bitches Cup is going to be King V versus Snorkel TT, guys. We have the crew on deck. We're dialed in, and we are ready to pop off.
Well then. So my last question, who is about to send the invite for game 1? Let me know.
The higher seated player is the one that sends the invite. So in this case, since RV was the very first person to register, RV, please send the invite to Kraken right now. Midgersill. We got a Scary Volt. We got a Ragnet, a Mushhook, a 2-Wire, a Tolkien, a Colobus, and a Moflank holding it down. What is Kraken bringing to the table, Tim?
This motherfucker's still not loaded, but Kraken has that Tolkien and Inky. We got Kinu, Minx, Bola, a Mushi of the Shuki Hooks, a Mimit, aka Diddle Little, and Ampanier. Let's get to it.
Very interesting, very interesting. We see that on RV's side, no Tolkien, and he's leading with the Moflank. A very powerful lead and a counter pick, putting in that mental type right at the start.
This is about to be crazy, and this beat is making it so much wilder. So much wilder, guys. Oh, hold it down.
I got this, brother. I got this. Okay, so the Kinu is going to be coming out, and we might see a protector buff onto the mix in turn 1.
It's a Luma.
2-Wire comes out to protect the Moflank, I believe. That's a nice little strategy, putting the Nullified across all of these Temtem.
Let's go, baby.
I can only imagine how these two players feel right now. I'm not sure if they've played any tournaments.
Man, hey, can we get some Luma luck in the chat real quick? The MVP back here lost her keys this morning, and we've been looking for hours. So can we get some Luma luck to find these damn keys? I think it's 1 in 10,000 chance right now to find these keys.
Looks like it. So RV is going to be making a big choice here on the final ban. Tolkien is always a problem. There's a couple toxic types, but it looks like he's worried about that Mushhook.
And you know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if this 2-Wire is common factor, because if it is, That could be a way to start the game. That is a tempo in itself.
I'm thinking it looks like a common factor to me, Tim, but we're just not sure yet. And RV has 2 toxic Tems to fill the final slot of his team.
They do have 2 toxic Tems. I have to agree with you. I think it has to be common factor, because why else would Malflang go against 2 mentals? So I assume it's common factor, but hey, you never know till you know. And let's go, baby! Game 1. Guys. I know you feel the music. There's some sexy players, some sexy people.
Are we going to see a protector buff come out onto Mix here?
And it is a common factor.
It looks like a benefactor Kinu here. So this Mix is unbuffed and unprotected. This is a crazy turn 1 here, guys. They're getting right to the action.
Mix with the crystal spikes right on 2-wire. Kinu stays in, gets that nice lifeless sap. Getting its defense down. We got 2-wire with the humiliation slap, so Kinu's defense is lower.
Look at that damage. That's a dead Kinu turn 1.
That is a dead Kinu turn 1. The defense went lower. Malflang came in, and it's unnoticed. So now we got +1 speed on Malflang, and I see a dead Kinu, and that is a tough turn 1. And coming out is Token. Heater to be exact.
Procs to reduce a little bit of the damage coming out of that Moflank. The way I look at it right now is Moflank procced the unnoticed buff, so perhaps the humiliating slap into a cage comes out.
Ooh, and we got the cage holding it down. Malflang says no one gets to affect, and Delta wasn't affected, and it's out of here. Delta's grease comes in. And so we bring in Scarlet, or should I say Scarlet, and it is half full. A sexy ass Luma. Minx comes in, Crystal Spikes. Does about 10%, doesn't do as much. Fiery Soul comes in, hits the Malflang for about 40 damage. And now, no one has common factor anymore. No one's neutralized. So let's see where they go from here.
Wow. It looks like Kraken might have a chance to bring back the tempo.
Ooh, and Malflang with the going on the Minx doesn't do too much, about 40%. Token comes back with the tornado on Malflang, but it survives with 3.2%. And Thunderstrike coming to the Token. Is it enough? And the Token, that is a dead bird. That is a dead bird.
Token got off 1 crack.
1 crack, and Minx with the side wave to finish off Malflang. And that Malflang, in my opinion, did its job. It stand with that 3.2, did some damage, and now it's going right back to that Tem card to rest.
Looks like that was a perfectly stamina calculated Psy Surge from the Mix. I don't think that was an overexert.
I don't believe so either. That looks like it was very calculated. I agree with you all. Wow. Let me show the spread for you guys real quick. So we have Malflang's out, Kinu's out, and Token's out for the other side. So this is interesting. And the common factor comes back, I believe. Let's see. There it is.
That is absolutely huge.
I think that's huge for Kraken, because now that Thunderstrike's not going to hold Vola too much. Now that we have a common factor. So that might have won against RV. But I guess we'll have to see what happens next.
Most Volas are built on the thick side, so it doesn't look like Volarind will be taking too much damage this turn.
That's true. It looks like it might be solid. I wonder if it's the offensive or defensive Vola, though. That's my question. How thick is it?
It's a big question.
Oh, this music tempo. I'm feeling it. Oh, my goodness. BBW, Week 1, Game 1, RV, Gamikraken, straight to it, baby. Let me show you guys the spread. Ooh.
So it looks like RV is making a substitution here, taking out his Luma Scaravolt to put in a Toxic Tem of his own.
And the Toxic Tem that comes in is Calibus. We get a nice Crystal Bite on Delta, but it stays alive. 2 hours stays alive. We get a Feather Gatling on Calibus. And boom, Delta hits Vola. Doesn't do too much, but I believe with that OX, Minx is in Puppet Master range.
It looks like Mix is in Puppet Master range, and guys, that was a really nice turn for Kraken. I do believe that was some big damage coming out onto RV's Temtems. That would be enough to turn the tide.
That was solid damage, and it might be enough. And it looks
Ampeteer
like
in the back, looking healthy.
Looking thick and healthy for sure, my guy. Without a doubt.
Wow. We've got some interesting item choices here with the Strange Vest Colobus switching the special defense and the defense.
And Mix comes out. Mix is out, so you know who's coming in. Ampeneer comes right back in that spot. Looking strong, looking healthy. Ooh, and 2-Wire comes out as well, so Delta's out of the battle. And we got Raikage, the Luma Raikage coming out. Vola with the Hyperkinetic Strike. On Calibus, will it be enough? And Calibus is a little thick. It stayed alive with 20% from the Hyperkinetic.
It looks like the Strange Vest kept Calibus alive there, Tim.
It did keep it alive. And Calibus comes back to Vola with the Toxic Ink. And thanks to that beautiful common factor from 2-Wire earlier, it did more damage than what it should have. Whew, this is intense. This game is going down to the wire, you guys. In my opinion,
quickly, guys. This is already turn 6. There's a lot of Temtem dead. This is an aggro matchup.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's the perfect way to start the very first match of the very first week of the very first Broke Bitches Cup. Full aggro both sides, not wasting any time, getting straight to it, applying all pressure, and Vola comes out of the battle. Minx coming back in.
Taking some time to think about their plays now.
So Minx comes in, Calibus comes out. We got Rue coming in, and so the Scaravolt comes back.
With the baton pass to just add to that health.
The health, it did go up, you're correct. And Thunderstrike on the Raikage by Ampeneer. And so now let's see. Ooh, and Charge Iron Feeling comes in and takes out the Mix. The Puppet Master couldn't dodge that. The Puppet Master did not master that one, folks. It got hit on the side.
And it's not looking good for this Vola faced up against 2 electric Temtem.
I agree. That is a scary sight, brother. That is a scary sight to see. A Vola with 2 electric Tems with solid health and buffs. That's a very scary. And also, the special defense is -2 on Vola. It's not looking the best on Gami's side.
Looking good for Kraken today. And you know that Scaravolt, I think Fire Tornado is online.
I agree, brother. Fire Tornado is online. So Amp with the Plague does solid damage, does about 20%. Put Raikage at the 50 more or less range. Vola coming in with the Feather Gatling, trying to hit Scarab, and it doesn't do anything, guys.
That's a thick Temtem.
That's thick. E-Storm comes in. I believe Vola's done after that E-Storm. Vola goes down. Amp takes about 20% off. So Ampeneer holding it down in the last one for Gami. And Raikage with the Electro Punch, but it stays alive thanks to the nullification. Sheesh.
Barely lives there. And guys, there's no hesitation. That's a Fire Tornado onto the Amphitheater to end game 1. Guys, big shout outs to the players.
Both
Round
players.
of applause
I love it.
in the chat.
GG's to both players. That was a match. I love how they started the game aggro. They wasted no time, and they put on a show for the very first match. Congrats to both players right there. GG's in the chat. That was a good-ass match, in my opinion. Whew.
That was a crazy match. Thank you for participating, guys. I hope your heart stopped pounding too hard right now. We're keeping it popping.
And we're in.
They're in.
Let's get straight to it. Oh, when we load in and we see both sides, you can read off the first list for me, brother.
All right, brother, I got you here.
Ooh.
Looks like Smokeyburger is bringing Oshiara, Tolkien, Volarind, Amphitheater, Mashuk, Volfi, Gylius, and Barnshee. It might be another aggro team, Tim.
It might be another aggro team coming with the pressure, and Marshall Lee coming with Oshiara, Momo, Wimplump. We got that Tukai, Baba, what? The Fire Koi side pat, and a Schween. So
looks like a freeze team from Marshall Lee.
I mean, it's summertime, but Marshall Lee's looking real cold-blooded with the freeze team. Am I right?
Absolutely. And guys, Smokeyburger did not want to deal with that aquatic whirlwind. He did not want to deal with that extremely fast, extremely aggressive horse, and that's a ban on Oshiara.
That's true. And Marshall Lee's looking at Mushuk like, not today. No wastewaters and no uppercuts. They're going to sit out this match, family.
Toxic Chems are really nasty into Marshall Lee's team, and he's so lucky that Smokey's only taking one into this battle.
That's true. Got a chance to take out the second one. But let's see what Smokey picks next. This is going to be real interesting, you guys. This is going to
Smokey
be real interesting.
Leading with the Volarend, going into a Fire Koish that's going to have the Synergy Master Lava Wave on deck for turn 1.
And with that being said, Smokey decides to bring in the Wolfie.
Very nice choice.
That's a nice choice. Playing it safer than bringing the Ampineer, who's weak versus the Fire Koish. And with that being said, Lee's taking out the Amp. Looks like the Water JoJo rematches. Lee looking like Sophia out here.
Times 2/3 priority plague that can get aimed at either one of those slots, Tim. So that might be a lot of damage coming through on turn 1.
That's true. And what we see from our side looks like Smokey with the aggro team, Lee with the freeze team. So these first couple turns are really going to play a crucial factor to the rest of the match.
It looks like the freezing component of Marshall Lee's team has been completely shut down. Snowstorm Momo, though, can still pack a little punch.
It can still bring in some heaters.
We're not sure on the trait. Marshall Lee could be pulling a fast one on us. We've seen Snowstorm Momo before, but we don't know what he's running today.
It's confirmed of being unconfirmed. We don't know what Momo it is. Ooh, you like the wordplay? Yes, sir.
Smokeyburger is taking some time, really analyzing the situation before making this pick, going with the Barn Sheet in the 3rd slot.
The Barn. That's nice. That's a nice pick. And you know what? Man, both sides are looking real nice. The Vola, the Volvi, the Barnch, also the Fire Koish, the Sween, and we got Side Pack coming in. And we got the Tukai coming in. So this is going to be a real interesting match. I feel like this is going to go down to the wire. How do you feel?
For Smokeyburger, to me, this is looking like turn 1 is going to be absolutely massive. I have no idea who's going to stay in. I have no idea who's going to swap out. I just can't wait to see what happens.
Man, no idea what's going to happen turn 1 or turn 2. But what I do know is, and what I have an idea of, is going to be a wild fucking match.
Smokeyburger's taking his time, picking the Tolkien in the last slot.
And there it is. We're locked and loaded, baby. Tolkien takes the last spot. Little Baba Baba takes the last slot for Lee. And here we are. Let's go, baby. I see the BBW flag on both sides. That is sexy right there. And let's see what the first turn is going to be. Give you guys a quick recap of who is in the match. Show you guys what that battle log looks like on turn 1.
I'll tell you guys right now, this Koish is fast. This Koish is speedy, guys. I know that for a fact. I'm not sure if it's max speed, but it's pretty high. Koish swapping out. Marshall Lee choosing to swap Jack Frost, the Saipat, in here. The Plague coming out of Wolfie absolutely crushes the Saipat down to 3.7.
And the Saipat brings out the Reactive Vial. Schween coming in with the Fluid Barrier, protecting Jack Frost.
But is it enough to save him from this noxious bomb?
Let's see. Is it enough? It's not. It's not enough.
And Saipat goes down turn 1.
Full aggro, not wasting time. That was a clever play by Lee. Get the Fluid Barrier. You get the Reactive Vial. Attack went up. Speed went up because Saipat's amphibian. But so aggro from Smokeyburger's side that it didn't even get a chance to use what it had planned out.
Back with the Koish. Says, all right, I'm back to the drawing board here. It looks like this is all I got. A rough turn one for Marshall Lee, but it's far from over here in game 2. Lava Wave comes out onto the Volarend.
That's a half piece. That's a half piece. And that's another half piece coming back. So Lava Waves with the synergy taking half. Volfi coming back with the Plague to Koish taking half. Now we got Schween with the thick-ass Crystal Bite. Is that enough? And Vola's alive with 6.1.
Enough. And that's a Noxious Bomb targeted at the Koish. And another dead Temtem for Marshall Lee. Ooh, the aggro strats are coming through.
Very aggro. Very aggro. And Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It, is coming out trying to fix this match so it weighs on Marshall Lee's end.
And if we look at the spread right now, Tim, we have 2 down for Marshall Lee. Smokeyburger, Volarend hanging on by a thread.
A thread ski, 6%. That's a thin thread. And let's see. Volfi with the Plague, and that takes a gigantic amount out of Schween.
So much damage. I'll tell you right now, Marshall Lee has these Temtem built for speed. He's got them built to deal damage. And Volarend dies to the OX while Schween holds on. A Water Cunning Lily comes out of Bob. It's on to Volfi, and that's going to be a significant hit. Not enough, and the Volfi hangs on. You know Marshall Lee is dying right now.
And I know both sides are angry. Vola sacrificed himself and Schween stayed alive, so I know that Smokey is angry. And on the same side as Marshall Lee, that 0.8 from Volfi, that would have changed the game significantly to see Volfi out. But Volfi has that 0.8. It gives Volfi an opportunity to get one more Plague in before it gets sent off to that temp card.
Wow, and I'm sure that Plague is going to be lined up against the Schween just to take it out before it does anything else. But that means that he'll be sacrificing Volfi here. I wonder... Sacrifice...
Big sack. Pause.
Onto the Bob. Beautiful priority play comes out. Bob eats that well. He's thick and healthy. And that's going to be a dead Volfi?
Question mark? And Volfi is out of here. Bob the Bobblewell coming with the Water Cut Lily on Barnes. How much is this going to do to Barnes? Because that's a pretty thick Bob. And that goes for 60%.
Wow. Marshall Lee says, I'm not done yet.
Marshall with these comeback plays. And that is a thick Bob the Bobblewell.
Who do you think Smokey's bringing in here? He chooses Diamond, his Gylius. Marshall Lee's gonna throw out Barrel.
Oh my goodness, this game is far from over because, man, if Bob has that Aquatic Whirlwind, that is a dead token. If it has it, got a couple buffs. This side is this game is there. This game is there. I don't know. I think it's even.
This is crazy. You have a buffed up Bobble, and you know that 2Y is fast, so I'm going to like to see the turn order here. Can Marshall Lee get a kill before taking damage?
Man, if that Tokai is a thick spreader, that can do some serious damage on both sides while Bob gets a nice rest. And it's not.
Onto the Gylius. Very interesting. I thought he would double focus the Barnshee Beta Burst. And he lives.
It survives.
Bob did not want to overexert that turn. That was a really big play by Marshall Lee, holding on to the Water Cutting Lily.
That was a huge play. And I thought the Tokai would be a spreader, but it's not. Thought that spreader would hit both, do a little damage on Barch.
I guess it's a Hydrologist 2-eye trying to hit for big damage with that Tsunami. Also with the Hand Fan equipped, going for kind of an aggro approach here. So my question is, will Barnshee go for the overexert here? Since Smokeyburger has a statistical HP advantage, I say send it, buddy. Unleash your biggest hit and make it count.
I guess we'll find out now. And Barnes comes out. Uh-oh. Token comes in. And if Bob got Aquatic Whirlwind's token, that might be Dunzino for token.
So
We'll
he's
see.
still focusing on the Gylius with the tornado, and the 2-eye kills itself with the overexert.
The big sacrifice. Revitalize. So Bob's trying to get some health because Node's buffed up thanks to Sween sacrifice. Getting a lot of health off of that. And now, let's see where we go from here. Will Bob be able to hold it down versus Smokey's 3 Thames? Will Bob be thick enough to handle it?
Bob is low on stamina, so it's not looking good for Marshall Lee here. Not too many options on this next turn, Tim.
You're right, brothers. Not too many options, but man, you never know. I love to see me a comeback miracle. I love to see it. Something to chat, something we never see. Is Bob thick enough? Bobby the Thickie.
Thick Bobby ready to play. And guys, the Tamers are taking their time. This might be the second or even the very last turn, depending on how much damage Smokeyburger can dish out. So nobody wants to make a misplay here at the very end of the match.
This is big. This is crucial. And the Fiery Soul comes out.
Not much damage there onto the Babawa.
I just realized that is a Pyromaniac with a fire chip. It's not a heater. Diamond
And
comes.
Babawa just didn't have the stamina. Bob didn't have it in him to throw out an attack. And Marshall Lee's in the chat with the GG. Guys, it looks like it's over for Marshall Lee. Water Cutting Lily's going to be coming out onto the Gylius for the kill.
That right there was a match in itself.
And I only
GG's.
wonder what would have happened if the Psypat didn't die turn 1.
That is the question of the day. And I wonder what would have happened if that Volfi, that 0.8 Volfi would have just went downhill. But it survived because that play was crucial.
All right, guys, I'll be putting that on the back end. Smokeyburger pulling out the win in the elimination round.
Good morning, Noble George.
On.
Good morning, cutie.
Noble George, what up, my guy?
Wow. So, my brother, can you let us know who is for Game 3 of the elimination round and who is sending who?
This is going to be a crazy match, Timbo. We have Redmoon Might sending the invite to Rosario AFK to get this next match underway.
I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit of chills from that. And it's about 90 degrees outside. So if I'm getting chills, I don't know if Marshall's Freeze team is still cold-blooded because I got chills off of that. Woo! Snorkel! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the subby. And yes, Marshall Lee, if you guys lose this week in the elimination round, you guys can join next week. That's correct. But you guys are on probation. So since you lost this week, if you also lose next week, then you cannot participate anymore. But we'll get to that when it happens. Right now, you guys are more than welcome to join next week. And you guys are just on probation.
Okay, guys, we got Barnchy, Tolkien, Gylius, Psypat, Size Munch, Amphitheater, Mudrid, and Mix for Redmoon Might.
Big facts. And for Rosario AFK, we got the Luma Volfi, the Gylius, another Luma Vola, Amp, Oshiara, the Toke of the Tokens, Mimi Mimit, and Nidri Seal. Ooh-wee. And the ones I got was, I traded me a Tatsuru, got that today, and then as well as Thrilla, found the Luma Spider, and pretty much the Frog too. So, you know what, I didn't do anything. Pretty much traded Luma and she did all the work, George.
Redmoon is taking his time analyzing this team, trying to make the best decision on the first ban, going for the Oshiara.
And Rosario, with no time wasted, took out the token so quickly.
If you are familiar with your team, you know what those priority bans are, and you have to waste no time. That token is out of here.
I agree. No one knows more weaknesses about your team than you, and the Gylius comes in for Redmoon. And you guys, let me know if you guys could hear the music or if it needs to be turned up more, because I want y'all to feel it during these matches. I want you to feel the music the way me and all hear it beaming through our headset.
He wants to get an amp, a Scarewatt, and then a tattoo with his Numa Temtem right across his chest. That would look
Ooh-wee,
sick.
chest game. Beating on your chest like King Kong. And the token comes in for Rosario.
Wow. That puts a lot of pressure on the Gylius, because as we know, Gylius is more of a turn 2 player. Really likes to get those holds ready.
Big facts. I wonder who Redmoon's going to bring in, because now we have Token and Yggdrasil versus Gylius and Mudrid. So we have our first 2 picks. Now we're back to the banning stage.
Wow. Very interesting pick with the Mudrid on deck. You love to see it. That's one of the new spicy Temtem that was made viable in the last major content update.
Big facts, very viable. A lot of people have been running it on their team. Hits like a truck, very fast. And
it's got some interesting synergy techniques as well, Tim.
Some very interesting synergy techniques. And Size Munch comes out on Redmoon. So Redmoon cannot use Token or Size Munch. And let's see who gets taken out along with Oshiera. And it is the one, the only. I can't even see. It cuts it out so quick. Gylius. Ooh, I got my glasses on.
That's right. This is going to look like a really interesting match with the Yggdrasil in play, with the mix in play. We might see a slower burner here, Tim.
It might be a slower burner, might be longer time to make their decisions, make their moves, because honestly, these first couple turns, it's so tough because the Token's super effective versus the Gylius, but the Mudrid also protects it with that Stone Ball so he can Token. So these first couple turns, it's going to be crucial. Who will take that at lead? Who will take that advantage of this match?
Wonder if this is a Chamomile Gylius. Will it gain protection from that burn? It's going to be really interesting to find out. The last 2 picks for Redmoon coming up here. I know for a fact he wants to get some of that synergy from the mental type. But does it fit with this situation?
That's hard choice, because honestly, you got a lot of hitters, especially that amp. That amp is scary versus a Barnes that ×4, and the Barnes comes in.
It's not scared.
Ooh.
×4 weakness, that means nothing to a high level player like Redmoon. He's ready to play around that for the entire match.
Man,
Crystal Deluge is gonna be online, guys.
Big facts, Smokey. And Mimic comes in, so I wonder if this is a striking or a landing, but the Mimic comes in, so it's about to copy someone's drip. So make sure you got your drip check ready.
Game 3 of the BBC, guys. This is the Broke Bitches Cup. Chamomile comes out onto the Gylius.
That is crucial.
It doesn't look like it was a burner token anyway, because as we see, the Mudrid is also unscathed.
That's true. So what that means, this is a Pyromaniac. So them fire moves are going to hit a little harder. So that fiery heist might hit a little stronger than it should usually compared to a heater token.
I think that Redmoon feels the pressure here.
Shane, did you get a spider while playing Knockout? Hey, Shane, I was playing Knockout and she got the spider. She was hustling out here in these streets. Ooh, and that's a lot of damage for that Gylius. The Gylius stays in. Soil Stream, Ghost of Fuego, a lot of damage.
Did you see how much damage the mirroring did when it reflected it back at the token? That was insane.
Wow, insane. And Token's gone. Did a significant amount on Gylius, but there's no more tokens, so that's going to be interesting for the rest of this match.
Redmoon is happy with how that turn played out, and right now, Hook Kick is on deck, and that Volfi is in trouble. We've got a beautiful Mimic play from Rosario AFK, copying the Mudrid, getting that really nice stone ball. It's probably a pretty fast Mimit, so you know there's a lot of damage on deck for Rosario AFK this turn. Plague coming in at 2 cryo from the Volfi. That can deal a lot of damage to either one of these Temtem here on Red Moon's side.
Ooh, that is going to be interesting. And I have to do a side note. I love the name for Rosario's Mimic, that me too. Whatever you are, me too. Whatever you have, whatever moves, whatever trait, me too. I love it. Great name. And this is going to be very interesting. I wonder what Red Moon's going to do, because it looks like Rosario is about to be more aggro even though the token is gone. It might be a change of events. These first couple turns are very interesting, and both players are taking their time. And Gami, thank you for the alert, cutie. Whew, this is going to be an interesting turn too. Turn 1 was very, very good on Red Moon side. Got to take out one of the Thymes, but now Rosario has a chance to come back and rebel.
I think Rosario is happy as well because that Gylius is in death range, and here we go, Tim.
The mix comes out. Takes out the Gylius, and here we go. Madrid gets that synergy for Crystal Del Juge, and Volfi's taking a nap. Me Too comes in with the Soul Stream, hits Mix for 30%. So now Volfi didn't get a chance to plague Madrid, thanks to the synergy of Crystal Doge. Is going to sleep, taking a little nap. And now it looks like Rosario's on aggro, and so it looks like Red Moon's on aggro the same. But is this a Puppet Master mix is my question, because if it is, this will be an interesting match.
I'm sure it is. Red Moon saw the play coming ahead of time, saves his Gylius, and puts his mix into Puppet Master all in one fail swoop. You love to see it. High level plays. Madrid comes out for Red Moon. Gonna go right back to the
Alola.
Ooh, that's gonna be a big Nico Sai on turn 2. The Saipat eats the Dusk Vortex for half damage with a Crystal Spike coming out onto the Madrid, not doing too much, and the Volfi is still catching some Z's.
The Volfi is sleepy, and this is going to be interesting because you guys know that Saipak is a melee type, so it is on lock to hit Me Too or Volfi for some solid damage, and Volfi is still resting. So
Crystal
taking that
Deluge,
nappy
synergy, sleep from a high speed Madrid. It is not to be fucked with, guys. I'll tell you right now, that'll turn your entire match around.
I agree, brother. It will turn the match around, and we're seeing the battle log right now. And Rosario has 1 Tem gone, but Red Moon has 2 Tems that are below 50. So in my opinion, this is still an even match right here. Anyone's game with turn 4 right here. This is real locked in and solid.
We are neck and neck, and guys, I'll tell you right now, the mix is sitting exactly where it wants to. Sweatband on deck in Puppet Master with plenty of stamina to work with.
That's true. A lot of stamina to work with, be able to dish out a lot of hits, and it will be hard to get hits on it thanks to Puppet Master. You can't hit me, slap my homie instead, says the Puppet Master. And Me Too comes out from the battle, and coming in is Nidhogg, the one and only Nidrasil.
Nikosai comes out probably onto the, oh my gosh, it's
Hits
on the
the
Volfi slot, and it one taps.
That's a dead fox, folks.
That's the power of Saipat, guys. Really big damage output from the Saipat. Nidrasil taking the Crystal Spike to the face. And here we are, guys, at the beginning of turn 5. As soon as Rosario picks their Temtem, and Red Moon is looking really healthy there on the board.
It's looking healthy, but you know, Mimic comes in and copies the Nidri. So
that's big.
That's big. 2 Nidris, both probably thick with the TVs holding it down. So that's going to be real big with all these Nidris coming out.
I know that Saipat is probably a little intimidated right here because his biggest hit is not online, and he's got 2 toxic inks staring him in the face.
That's true, but depending on these Nidrisills, if they are Tri-Apothecary, that allergic spread could hit Minx and get some toxic ticks to finally get it out, depending on what trait these Nidris are.
Oh yeah, these Nidrisills are putting some pressure onto Redmoon here. It's an interesting situation. Mix comes out, does not want to take that toxic hit. Gylius back in for Redmoon. Chamomile keeping him protected. Wow, that's some decent damage from the Psypat. And yes, that's what I expected to see.
Ooh.
The Nidrisills are going to be healing themselves up.
Love to see it. Tri-Apothecary, Alola, the Psypat taking some ticks. But Gylius Chamomile said, hey, not this time, buddy.
And I'll tell you right now, Gylius probably has some speed. And here we go. Nicosai comes out from the Psypat onto the Mimit.
It stays
alive.
Is that
going to be enough? Not quite.
Oh, a double down on the Mimit. And so the Mimit gets gone. The double down.
Psypat's in trouble as well, Tim.
Psypat's gone. That is a dead penguin? Bird?
It's a dead penguin duck.
Duck, bird,
Mix
penguin,
comes back
animal.
out for red.
And we have Amp coming back in, and Mink still in Puppet Master mode, so it may get a chance to get a Crystal Spikes off. And
this is big. Rosario has nothing to switch to with their Thymes on the back dead, so Redmoon is in complete control here.
It is in complete control, so depending how much Mink's Crystal Spikes can do to Amp, this will be a turn event, and play comes in, and it's enough for the Gylius. So the Gylius is out of here. That's huge.
Gylius goes down, which leaves Minx vulnerable.
How strong?
Crystal Spikes is not enough.
Oh, and Amp is still alive. Now that's scary, folks. That's scary because we know that the Amp is quicker because the Plague went off first.
But Mix holds on for potentially one more turn here. Mudrid coming out for Redmoon.
And Rosario coming back saying it ain't over till it's over, putting up a fight. Amp has a choice on taking out the Mix or the Mudrid because that Plague is pretty quick.
Barnshy is still in the back for Redmoon at full HP.
That's true.
That Nidrisil might be in trouble, Tim.
Yeah, that Nidrisil, them wind attacks, ooh, especially if it's an air specialist, it's going to do a little bit more damage than a normal Barnch. So, ooh, this next play.
Taking their time here at this crucial turn. No one wants to make a mistake on the brink of victory, and everyone wants to try to pull out that win. Crystal Dust comes out. That's probably enough. That's a dead Amphitheater.
There it is. And there it is.
Into the Nidrisil for decent damage. And Rosario AFK just getting the rest while the Toxic Tick finishes off the Mix. And here comes the Barnshy at full HP.
The thick Barnch comes in. And this doesn't look the best for Rosario, especially with that Barnch honing it down. Ooh, it doesn't look the best. Redmoon has a nice solid standing right here. Got the Mudrid, got the Barnch. But you never know. We'll see when it happens. Mudrid with the Crystal Dust. Ooh. Moderate damage, but that Hypoxia is going to be strong. And it is enough to take out Nidrisil. And there it is.
Game.
GG's to both sides. And that was game 3. GG's to both sides, you guys. Big GG's. Ooh, I love that Luma. Rosario got all the sexy Lumas. Ooh.
And guys, it's time for King V to send the invite to Snorkel TT. Please let us know when you guys are in, and we're going to start spectating the next match right away.
He dropped
and
down.
They're in.
And let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We got King V, a BBW club member, representing us today, locking it down with the Volfi. The guys, Inky, Adoraboros, Valash, Tolkien, Mimit, Mushhook.
And Snorkel, on the other hand, we got Oshiara, Ampanir, Mushuk, Volfi, Token, who does go out on the first ban, Mimic, Gylius, and a Vola. So let's see who Snorkel decides to ban on V side.
King V has a couple Crystal Temtem, a couple Toxic Temtem. There's no way he's playing with Tolkien today.
Tolkien would go stupid dummy crazy on both of those, and that's why Tolkien's going to have to sit the bench for this one.
Let's see what Snorkel decides to go with. Looking at a few prospects, maybe choosing between the Tolkien or the Nagais here. That's going to be a double Tolkien ban, guys.
A token for Tolkien.
That's a gentleman match, guys.
Gentleman's game. An eye for an eye, a T for a T, a bird for a bird. And so now V gets this pick, the first pick. So let's see what V decides to choose. Oh, I'm loving it. And the Luma Mushhook has been chosen on V side. So now Snorkel gets 2 picks. And let's see what Snorkel decides to put against this Luma Mushhook. So many options, so many choices. And yeah, now you guys get a chance over here. And Malzen, there is not a Battlefly link for this. So our tournaments are a little different. It's the first 8 to get here, and we go off the fly.
That's right.
Go off the fly. More relaxed, more chill. Just go off the fly. And right now we're in the elimination round, game 4, the last one. And then after that, we have the semifinals, best 2 out of 3. And we got a Vola and a Mushhook versus a Luma Mushhook on V side. And V has a chance to choose. And if you guys need...
Toxic Thymes, Timbo.
That is 3 toxic Tims. And if you guys need a recap on the rules and how the setup is, !Cup or !BBC. And you guys can check those out to get ready for the semifinals knowing the rules. And if you guys want to get an idea for next week, if any of you guys watching want to be a part of it, check out the rules. Thank you, Redmoon. And what do we have here? Oh,
looks like we got a Nagais coming in for King V. That might be a little tricky into 2 toxic Temtem, but it kind of looks like he wants to activate that reactive vial and start tanking.
That's true. I feel like that reactive vial. And ooh, thank you for the raid, family. Big shout out. Thank you so much for that raid. I hope your stream was amazing. Everyone watching, if you get a chance, check it out. Check out the stream. Anthrontem. I'm so illiterate. I'm going to say Atem, to be short. But I hope your stream was amazing. Thank you for the raid. And
Rvsaiyan,
come vibe with us. We're having some good comp battles. We're in the elimination round. Last game, game 4. V versus Snorkel. And we are in the choosing stage.
King V taking his time, analyzing the opponent's team, spending some time hovering on that Oshiara.
Oshiara. Broke bitches cup.
Looks like a Volfi ban, and that's what comes through. A Volfi ban protects a lot of Temtem that have that weakness to Earth.
Malzen getting this realization of broke bitches welcome and broke bitches cup. Getting the acronym out of nowhere, but hey, you love to see it, right, Malzen?
Okay, guys, it looks like we're almost done with the pick and ban phase for this final match of the elimination round of the first ever Broke Bitches Cup. So I just want to shout out our players, our viewers. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is a dream come true for me and Tim right now.
It is a dream come true. More of a dream. He's been waiting months and months, and he's finally persuaded me, and here we are. And I hope the community loves it. I hope you guys love it, because I can tell you one thing. Me and Aud are loving it for sure. We're having a grand-ass time here right now.
Ouroboros takes the last slot on King's team, and Amphitheater filling it out for Snorkel. Here we go, guys.
Here we go. And real quick, for those who just came in, can you name off those 3 who won and booked their slot for the semifinals real quick?
Sure. So the top player right now is RV, and that's going to be against Smokeyburger in the first round of the semifinals. And we have Redmoon holding it down for the next slot, which will be awaiting the winner of this match.
Big facts, big facts. And I see substitutions from both sides. So now V has that beautiful ass Inky coming out. And then we have Gaileys coming out for Snorkel. Got the camo mount. And then we get a beta burst coming in. And Gaileys takes a good amount of damage from that beta burst, almost 30%. But now Vola comes up.
Some of it back to the guys. That's a huge hit.
That is a thick, noxious bomb going to the guys. That is thick, you guys.
No reactive vial.
That's true, and it looks like there's not any items for V and only 1 item for Snorkel. So
the items don't show until they get used.
Oh, you learn something new every day. I did not know that. That's a neck.
Bola swaps. Amphitheater comes right in. And the guys is Fury on deck.
And it's
AoE
unlocked.
Damage. Wow, and a giant hook kick.
A big
and
hook kick.
Amphitheater is gonna eat that Thunder Strike like it's nothing.
Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso.
Snorkel. King V might have his back against the wall in this particular situation on turn 3 with 2 low HP Temtem.
I gotta agree with all Snorkel making some good reads early on after the first 2 turns. Have some healthy Tems. V a little struggling with those 2, a little lower, but you know, at the end of the day, it's only turn 3. So there's still a lot more matches, but right now it looks like Snorkel has a little nudge after the first couple turns.
Wow. That was so much damage. The Inky almost getting one-tapped. Deceit Aura still in effect. Psysurge comes out.
Ooh.
That's going to be on the Gaileys, but it's not quite enough.
Oh, so close. Got to the 13%, and the Gauze sacrificed itself. Gaileys is quicker, and Inky's out. So Nagaz is out, Inky is out. And
Bright Beam fails there with no target. With no target, Amphitheater is not able to go into the evade.
It's not. And so now we have the Luma Mushuk as well as the Valash coming in for V, hoping that these two can hold it down and try to make a comeback, because after turn 3 is not looking the best on V's side right now.
Oh, you know, that Amphitheater is threatened by both of these Temtem, and I think that if this Mushhook happened to be speed invested, it could outspeed the Gaileys. We've got a swap on Snorkel's side, bringing back the Volarind, double swap, taking out Gaileys as well, putting in a Mushhook of their own.
So bringing in 2 Toxic Tems. We got the Crystal Spikes coming in, doing
and the Wastewater.
Moderate amount of damage to Mushuk. The Wastewater both doing about 20% on each side.
Wow. Snorkel eating that up with the brilliant double swap, keeping their Temtems alive and healthy.
Alive and healthy. I agree.
Timbo, the music stopped.
Has it been an hour already? It has. It's been an hour already. Ooh-wee.
Well, the elimination round is almost done, so you can just restart the playlist just to finish this match, I think.
Hey, I never got a problem restarting the playlist, because that energy, I loved it.
Flash trying to do damage to the Volarind. Volarind getting a super effective Feather Gatling onto the Mushhook. That takes a lot of damage. We can see the Mushhook carrying War Drum, not getting any damage mitigation from a coat or a double screen. That hurts.
I heard a lot. That P-Jab coming in, making Vola go down a little bit more. Marshall Lee, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for waking up so early to vibe with us, brother. Hope you sleep well, family. And yeah, I'm happy that you got a chance to rock with us and see the things your team had to improve on. And now...
That was indeed...
Ooh, and now Vola's out. Mushu coming with the uppercut on Mushu. Doesn't do too much.
And the uppercut does significant damage to the Valash.
That is a good amount. That took about 70%. And now the Mimic's coming in. And let's see, it is a landing Mimic. And so now there is a Valash on the field. So Valash versus Valash. And a Mushu versus Mushu.
From King V, dealing some damage and staying alive, trying to bring this battle back.
That's true. King V out here trying to apply some pressure and turn this game around as we're approaching turn 7. These will be a big next turn. There's still a lot of potential on both sides to take that full lead.
Wow. And the Valash on Valash violence is real. The Gamikraken brooch from the Mimic. Humiliating slap coming out onto the Luma. Mushhook just bringing down its defense. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage from the uppercut.
That's about 80% damage right there. Even more. 85% damage. That was a big hit.
But I'm sure Snorkel is looking at that juicy Adoraboros, thinking a Crystal Spike. Cage from the Mushhook coming in to lock everybody on the field. It's the attack boost from the Overexert.
Get an attack up.
Spikes from the Mimic does decent damage, 60% onto that Adoraboros.
That is a thick Adoraboros.
And what is the Mushhook gonna do here? It has no stamina. It's gotta take a rest.
It does take that rest. And now, this is gonna be real interesting because Ampanir is weak versus both of those on the field. And now it's gonna have to face... Oh man. This will be interesting. The Mushhook got the attack boost. Very tired with Tireless. But let's see how strong Tireless is, because I believe Wastewater could do a significant amount of damage on Ampanir if it needs to, especially with that attack buff.
But Ampanir is just so fast. I expect Thunderstrike to go first in this situation, which would mean a dead Adoraboros.
Yeah, and there it is. You're right, brother. That Thunderstrike comes in, and it goes to the Mushhook.
Protecting the Adoraboros, protecting himself from the Wastewater. Doesn't want to take that hit.
Uppercut coming in, only doing about 2%. Now we got that thick beta burst. Did a lot.
Wow. The Mushhook is eating.
Mushhook was OX. It is a tireless. It
was tireless. Indeed, it was.
Indeed.
And it looks like the Adoraboros is the last Temtem alive.
Last standing.
B. So guys, we're about to move into the semifinals. So look over that team one last time and make sure you're ready. Thunderstrike coming out onto the Adoraboros, and that's going to be game.
Wow. That was a match in itself. GG's to both players. That was a match. That is a team to be dealt with. And that finishes our elimination round.
Thank you so much to all the players that decided to take a risk with us on the elimination round. I know it's an intense situation, and I think you all did really well today.
I agree.